Hello and welcome to another episode of Salary Voodoo right here on the MMA Engine channel. I'm your host Monk, aka the Monkmatician, and in this very episode, we're going to be breaking down 3 fights from UFC 274 happening this Saturday, May 7th, headlined by Justin Gaethje and Charles Oliveira. Co-main event is Rose Namajunas and Carla Esparza. Guys, before we get into it, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe to the MMA Engine channel. We are cooking over there, and in just a couple weeks, I know I keep saying that, but it's true this time. In just a couple of weeks or less, we are launching our product. It's going to revolutionize how you look at gambling, DFS, everything leading into fight week. So please be on the lookout for that and hit that bell as well so you don't miss any content coming your way. Between me, Brady, Weezy, and Lou, we have content dropping, once, twice, 3 times a day, sometimes every day leading up to the fight card. So be sure to tune in and check that out. Now, what is Salary Voodoo? If this is your first time, this is more of a GPP look at how to construct lineups based on salary history and how they have performed in the past. So it's a much different look at any kind of numbers that you've seen anybody else talk about. I'm pretty much the only one talking about this that I know of. And if you know of someone else, let me know, because we need to hook up and start to dominate this entire game. So we're going to talk about 3 fights, break down if they're good to play for GPP or not good, depending on the salary history. And hopefully by the end of this video, you'll only have 3 more fighters to worry about, or 3 less fighters to worry about going into your lineup. So without further ado, let's get into the first fight. Co-main event, Michael Chandler going against Tony Ferguson, and I had to pull this one out, the 9,600 salary. Not a good salary to play. If you know me, you know that this is never a good salary that I am targeting. Let's start with the weight class. Lightweights make the optimal lineup. Someone, I should say, makes the optimal lineup 51.76% of the time that weight class is used. So a very good percentage there. Over 50% is what you want to see. About half of the weight classes are over 50. The other half are, a little bit below. So definitely a good percentage there. The 13th fight of the night, as of now anyway, 59.09%. Someone from the 13th fight of the night makes the optimal lineup 13 out of 22 times it's happened. And the salary pair of 9,600 and 6,600, the highest and lowest so far that we've seen, well, with the exception of Juliana Pena against Amanda Nunes at 65. These are the highest and lowest salaries that we see. 30% of the time, someone from those salaries makes the optimal lineup. Not a good percentage at all. The lowest that we have out of all salary pairs. Now, 9,600, let's start with that one. It has been used 10 times. And one of them was last week, Alexander Romanov. Not to harp on this, but it did not make the optimal lineup. He was the 7th highest scorer. So it has only made the optimal lineup 1 out of 10 times. That was Marvin Vettori against Kevin Holland, and he scored 156 points, guys. That's what it took for the 9,600 salary to make the optimal lineup. Obviously, an optimal percentage of 10%, the lowest we've seen. Does have the highest, well, not the highest, the 3rd highest winning percentage out of any salary at an even 80%. And when it wins, it makes the optimal in just 12.5% of those wins, 1 out of 8 wins. So obviously all those numbers very, very poor. Not the biggest sample size. In fact, one of those smallest that we have, but still we are in double-digit uses now, and nothing is changing. 1 of 10. So even though this salary, when it wins, average score 106.88, I would not be trusting it. I will be well under the field as far as GPP goes for this salary. 9,600, Tony Ferguson on the other side. I absolutely love this as a dog salary, although the numbers do not agree with me for Salary Voodoo. 2 out of 10 times. So it has also been used 10 times and has made the optimal twice. So double the amount of times that the 9,600 salaries made it, 20%. It has a 20% win percentage, picking up 2 wins out of 10 tries, giving it a 100% optimal in win percentage. Guys, that is huge. 2 out of 2, obviously a super small sample size. And, the thing is, with the lower the salary, the higher chance you are of making the optimal lineup with a win, no matter what your score is. But in this case, check out the number of DraftKings points per win for the $6,600 salary, 107.32. Absolutely insane. Guys, this is not the best salary to... Oh, shit. Damn, I just leaked it. This is not the best salary to play. I shouldn't have done that. Got a little ahead of myself. But in this case, if you need salary relief, I mean, Tony Ferguson might be a decent play for a few fights. Guys, the salary voodoo here, as you already saw, because I leaked my own video, is gonna be cursed for this one. Give us Frozen Jack. This fight is cursed. These guys only making the optimal 3 times out of 20 possible uses. The 9,600, like I say, every week, one of the worst salaries to play. And here we are again. I mean, the only way it makes it is if Michael Chandler, like, wrestles Tony Ferguson for 3 rounds and just 5 points, or knocks him down, you know, like a Matt Frivola style fight where he gets 5 knockdowns in the first round and finishes the fight. Something like that, which, you know, could happen, but I'm not thinking that. So I will be fading this one for GPP altogether. Let's go to the second fight that we will target for Salary Voodoo. The co-main event of the evening, Rose Namajunas and Carla Esparza. This is going to be a straw weight title fight. Someone from straw weight class makes the optimal lineup 46.15% of the time. This is currently the 14th fight of the night. 36.36% of the time, someone from that fight makes the optimal lineup. And the salary pair of 8,900 and 7,300, someone makes that optimal lineup 43.18%. Guys, if you notice, all 3 of these numbers are well below 50%. We are not off to a good start with these 2 salaries. We'll start on the Esparza side this time. The $7,300 salary has been used 45 times. It's made the optimal lineup just 9 times for a 20% optimal percentage. That is the same percentage as the $6,600 salary we just talked about. The big difference is the winning percentage, 31.11% for the $7,300 salary. And when it wins, it makes the optimal lineup in a huge 64.29% of the time. So again, lower salaries when they win have a much easier or much better chance, I should say, of making the optimal lineup. And the average score when $7,300 wins is 96 points even. So not too bad. We're not over that 100 mark like we were with the last fight, but also it's not, you know, 92 or 90 like some of these are. Let's jump over to Rose Namajunas. 10 times it's made the optimal lineup, 8,900 out of 47 uses. So a bit better optimal percent than its counterpart at 21.28%. And it has a pretty good win percentage, 63.83%. And when it wins, makes the optimal lineup in just 1/3 or 33.33% of those wins. So not a great salary average there. Only making the optimal 1 out of every 3 times it wins. When it wins, it puts up a decent score though, 101.53, very good for the $8,900 salary range. That is pretty much the only good number other than the 63% win percentage. I don't know, guys. Salary Voodoo for the co-main event, Carla Esparza, going against Rose Namajunas. 8,900 versus 7,300 is going to be hexed. I do not like this fight. Going to be a cursed fight. Give me Frozen Jack again. Almost every single number I read was suboptimal as far as making the optimal lineup for GPPs. This is a cash game play for me 100%. I will not be playing much or many percent of these. I won't have much exposure to either of these women here. Possibly more on Carla Esparza for GPPs for that salary relief. Plus the takedown upside is ridiculous, but avoid this for GPPs. Give me cash game all day. Third and final fight that we're going to be talking about, and we will wrap it up. The main event of the evening. Who saw that coming? This one was picked by the Green Reaper. Thank you very much. Or the Grin Reaper. I don't know which one it is. You should let me know, because I see you commenting all the time, and I really do appreciate it. And guys, be sure, again, to like and subscribe to the video and the channel. And hit that bell so you never miss anything from any of us over at the MMA Engine. Charles Oliveira taking on Justin Gaethje. Charles Oliveira 8,500, Justin Gaethje 77. This is a lightweight fight. So again, our first fight of the night was, or that we talked about, sorry, was also a lightweight fight. 51.76% of the time someone makes the optimal lineup from that weight class. This is the 15th fight of the night. Makes the optimal 100% of the time. Now you might be thinking, oh my God, this is a must play. Well, it is a must play, but there's only been one time since January 1st of 2021 that we've had 15 fights and that person did make the optimal lineup. So that 100% is a bit deceiving as there's only a 1 fight sample size. The salary pair 85 and 77 is the absolute best salary pair you can play, the highest possible percentage at 65.45%. Like I said, the best salary pair to play. Let's get into it. Charles Oliveira at 8,500. That salary has been used 55 times and has made the optimal 15 out of those 55 times for a percentage of 27.27 and a win percentage overall for the $8,500 salary of just 47.27%. This is a favorite salary, compared to a dog salary. This is a favorite salary that has a less than 48% win percentage. So definitely something to keep in mind. When it does win, it makes the optimal lineup in 57.69% of those wins and averages 97.7 points. So you think those are pretty decent numbers, but then let's take a look at its counterpart, $7,700 dog salary. Also been used 55 times, made the optimal lineup 21 times, 6 more times than the $8,500 salary for a percentage of 38.18. The $7,700 salary has a win percentage of 52.73. And when it does win, it makes the optimal lineup in a ridiculous 68.97% of its wins, scoring just over 94 per win. Guys, the $7,700 salary is not only the best underdog salary to play, but one of the best salaries overall to play. And that is compared to the 8,500, which is also a fantastic salary. So obviously, as you can tell, I don't think we're going to get 3 first fights this week. Let's check it out. There he is. Bernie coming through for us. Look at that face. How can you not love this fight? We got ourselves a blessed fight, everybody. 8,500 and 7,700 is an absolute fantastic salary to play for GPP tournaments. I will be all over that. Probably close to 90 or 100, 90 to 95% exposure to this fight. Probably heavier on the Gaethje side. So a huge GPP play for me is going to be this fight. So let's review real quick. First fight, the Coco main, was going to be a cursed fight. There's Frozen Jack. Second fight between Rose and Esparza, Frozen Jack again. And our third fight, we get Bernie, baby. A blessed fight between Gaethje and Chandler. I'm thinking the winner probably makes the optimal. Guys, Gaethje either first round, second round knockout. Charles Oliveira by submission. Who knows? It's going to be a banger. Thank you so much for tuning in to Salary Voodoo this week. I hope that I at least made you think about a couple of things when it comes to constructing your lineups, and hopefully you can be a little bit different this week, especially with that big fade to Michael Chandler in GPP. So again, check out the MMA Engine, like and subscribe to the video, and stay tuned for everything we have coming out in this big pay-per-view week. So thanks again, guys, and as usual, I want all of you to enjoy the fights. So enjoy, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.